Hi Seekers, welcome back to the channel of Conscious Realms. Today I'm with my friend Wendy.
Hello.
Hello. You may have seen on some of my other videos in my other channel.
I think they have.
Yeah. But today we're talking a subject we will be talking quite a lot on this channel. Ghosts, spirits. I don't use the word hauntings because I don't think anywhere is haunted. I think it's everywhere. But we were having a chat earlier on. Now, Wendy won't mind me saying this. She's psychic. Diminished powers at the moment.
And I didn't cut his finger, by the way.
No, I cut my finger on my camera.
Just in case they see it bleeding.
Yeah. We're recording this for the second time because no sound came out.
Yes.
I think I'm having problems with either the memory card or the camera, but we'll have a look anyway later on. But yeah, you come out with something very interesting.
I did, yeah.
I say quite often that ghosts and spirits are two separate things. Spirit is a consciousness you can communicate with. Would I be right?
Yes.
And a ghost is a recording of a past or possibly future event. Or as you said, a very good point,
slip.
a time slip. Is a ghost a time slip? And you said something very interesting. Do they
see us?
Yeah, when we see them, do they see us?
Well, we'd gone for dinner. And
we had a lovely Sunday lunch.
We were at a lovely pub, which is quite old.
Yes.
And we were talking about, ghosts and hauntings and all kinds of things. And I remember saying to you about my brother, who years ago was walking up the end of a road called Rookwood Avenue in Wallington. And it was about 6 o'clock in the morning. He was late for work. He was running up the road. And as he was coming to the end of the road, he saw a woman on a horse. He could see through her, like she was transparent. She was transparent. And he stopped, and he obviously in absolute amazement and fear. And she turned and looked at him, and then just disappeared. And he crapped himself because he was so stunned.
Yeah.
But he said what was stunning was she looked at him, and he said, at that moment I was thinking, did she really see me? And the thought came to me, did she see him in her time? Is it a time slip that we are in their time for just that one moment? We're in each other's time, and they see us as we see them.
Even just a fraction of a second.
Yeah. Obviously, he said she was dressed as if she was from what he thought was the past. So if they did see us, would they think we were demons? Because in certain times back then, I don't know if I've read anything about hauntings and people writing down about spirits and stuff. They used to class them as demons, talking with the devil.
So, yeah, that's a very interesting point. When people do see ghosts or an apparition, is it a time slip? Of a past, I say, or future event. I've never seen a ghost, I have to say, but a lot of my friends.
I have.
Yeah, you've seen one, okay, which must be an amazing experience.
It's kind of an experience that when you see it, you actually go. It's usually out your peripheral. You usually you're.
So not head on.
Right. My brother saw it head on, so it was very different for him. But I've seen them at the side. And I think you question what you just saw. Did I see that? Was that real? Because it's literally for a split second. It's only the fact that he was running up and he stopped suddenly, and she was obviously head on with him. But I was also telling you about the story about a friend of mine that worked at Hampton Palace. And he was saying that one night he was working outside, patrolling, and he heard on the gravel, that's the word we're looking for, gravel. He heard footsteps on the gravel. They weren't, anyone was not due to, because years ago people lived at Hampton Court. And he said that they weren't expecting anyone to come home. And when he went out, he saw a group of people in their own world talking, merriment, talking to each other. They were dressed in medieval costume, and he's thinking, is there a party I don't know about?
What time was this?
I think he said it was about, 11:30 at night.
Right. Not that should make any difference, of course.
It was about 11:30 at night, and literally he said they just disappeared in front of him. And he said, was I in their time? Did I actually, at that moment, was I in that time? Because he only saw them, nothing else around him. And that's another good point. Why is it we only see that clip at that particular time, not everything else around them? Do we not go into the whole time slip memory, where you'd see not just one person, but where they are and other people around them?
And if it is a time slip, good point, if that is a time slip, that's got nothing to do with death then.
No.
It could just be, these people, you could see them in their time zone, vice versa.
Yeah.
If we're going down the sort of people who passed on onto higher consciousness, which I like to call it. 3 living things have died in my house in the last,
as they have here,
20 years. Yeah, but I've sensed nothing. I don't see anything or sense anything. I know when my father passed a long time ago now, my mum saw him walk past the window about a month after he passed, which I thought was interesting. But
and I think animals are very good indicator of someone being there with you, because Henry, and Vamp and Huckleberry, they've all stopped and stared and moved their head around to look at something that's not there, that I can't see, but they've watched, they followed it and watched it. So I always think that energy, for me, it was explained years ago, when you see spirit energy, it's like heat that rises from the ground. It's kind of like that sort of image of building up, like the heat from the ground. And I know people that have seen spirit and see them quite regularly. They've all said, some of them have been absolutely full view, like it looks like you and me. Others have been transparent. So, when you and I were talking about, if in the future, are we seeing time slips from the future, and how would we know they're from the future? Because 20 years ago we probably looked very similar.
And if people, I always say, from a music point of view, music stopped still about 92, 93. There's no new fashions or anything like that. You take someone dressed 92, they look pretty much in place today, apart from a few more tattoos, which I've got some. I love tattoos. But that's good. It's good. That's a good point.
And would they know, like, if now we're recording this now in 2025, right? In 100 years' time, could someone be in this particular building, if it's still here, and see us doing this for a moment? Would it, would that be our memory, our recording, or a time slip? They've come back to 2025.
Oh, this is all speculation. When people see time slips, are they on fault lines? I do a lot of dowsing with earth energy, not so much ley lines, but earth energy currents. Are they fault lines in the Earth's atmosphere, which I've detected in the past? Make of that what you will. Is that what it is? Is it a fault line? We're on a little mini roundabout outside, or?
Well, actually, we're on a crossroads.
I about to say, was it a crossroads years and years and years ago?
And the thing is, we all know about crossroads years ago, and it's still. I mean, people, if they watch Supernatural, they think it's from them, but it's actually true. People would put things on crossroads and send them off for wishes or hexes and stuff. And I live on a crossroads, and I wonder, there's a lot of energy. In this house is very active, has had its own activity.
Yes.
You yourself felt something, which you said I don't normally, but when one of my rooms here, you felt like you had a
that's
fuzziness.
Right.
And Hampton Court, you and I both experienced.
Well, I was in there about 4 years ago, when it just reopened after the lockdown. Sorry, don't get me started on that. And I walked into the King's Chapel, which you're not allowed to video in, which I didn't. And I had an incredible whoosh that nearly knocked me over. I'm not exaggerating, because I don't exaggerate, but it nearly knocked me over. Really powerful whoosh. And I left and it was fine. Went back in, same thing.
We had that in Ham House, though, didn't we?
We did, yes, in
you
Ham
can
House.
Actually see that on the camera.
Yeah, I'll link that video below to Ham House and to Hampton Court on my other channel. I'll link them below.
Yeah, we had it at Ham House. It was this incredible feeling of energy. And the thing about, we were talking about energy and how you can feel it. You can feel energy. It's almost palpable sometimes.
Yes.
So when I went to Wolsey's chamber in Hampton Court, I felt so sick, like I wanted to vomit. And they had said that people have walked in there and passed out because the energy has become very heavy and they felt very unwell. And another place I found very interesting, which you and I must do a video from, is the Mary Rose.
Yes.
Because when I went to see the Mary Rose in Portsmouth, I felt, when I was walking through that, anger. I didn't feel like this, isn't that a lovely ship or anything. All I could feel coming from it was that sadness and anger, lots of anger. And it made me feel quite sick, physically sick.
The Blue Peter appeal, isn't it, to Mary Rose, isn't it? Yeah.
Think of the energy on that thing as well.
Yeah, especially the ship went down.
Yeah. Of the people's energy. That is energy left as a recording in an object, which I believe it is.
That seems to be the major consensus, isn't it? Yeah.
That we leave our energy in something. Like a friend of mine said, walls are like sponges. they claim the energy. So that's why if you have a lot of emotional energy, if you have a lot of upset, anger, crying, you must clear your energy, clear your space.
Well, I've been saying that's another whole avenue I'll be going
but
down.
I think if some people don't, that's maybe what you're picking up when you're walking in. So the whole energy, feeling something.
You've got to cleanse yourself. You've got to cleanse yourself. Whatever works for you. If you're religious, ground yourself. You're religious, prayer, whatever you. I don't say I'm not religious. Whatever works for you, you need to cleanse yourself. I see people who are negative all the time. They're not nasty people or anything, but they're constantly negative. And you're just throwing that out there. I know we're going down a different route now, but you're bringing that back to you.
Well, we're sponges.
Yeah, we are sponges.
As human beings,
law of attraction.
The aura sits above, just sits above the body. And if you touch it, like if you go like this, you can feel your own energy. So we're like Velcro. We are picking up stuff.
Yes.
And I wonder when we go into buildings like this, that whether it's the local Sainsbury's or the oldest church that you're going to, are we then touching our energies, joining with theirs? And that's where we can we pop into their time slip like that? Well,
what happens through deep meditation? Ayahuasca, things like that.
That was vampire. Yeah.
But what do you guys think?
Have any of you guys had that?
I'd really like to hear your thoughts on this subject. We will be touching upon it again, because it's not one subject you can talk about in one video.
No.
But I hope you enjoyed the video anyway with Wendy. I'm Mark.
It's nice to be here.
Yeah. More with this young lady here.
Young lady.
Please like, subscribe, and as I say, I'd love to know your thoughts. Take care, seekers.